Today I want to talk about something super important: business continuity and disaster recovery in financial industry, or what we often call BCDR. Now, this may sound a bit technical at first, but don't worry, I'm going to break it down in simple terms with real examples so you really get the big picture. Let's start with this. Why is BCDR so important in finance? Well, think about how we handle money today. Everything is digital. Paying bills, transferring money, buying stocks, it's all done electronically. That means if a system goes down because of a power outage, a cyber attack, or even a natural disaster, the whole financial system could be in trouble. So, financial companies like banks and investment firms must have solid plans in place to make sure they can keep running no matter what happens. What kind of rules do they follow? In the US, there are several regulatory bodies that watch over financial institutions. Let me quickly introduce three important ones. First one is FDIC. This one protects customers' deposits. If your bank fails, FDIC makes sure you still get your money. The other one is FINRA, that keep an eye on investment firms and brokers to make sure everything is fair and transparent. And finally, OCC, that is a U.S. federal agency that regulates and supervises national banks and federal saving associations. Its job is to make sure banks operate safely, provide fair access to financial services, and follow the law. So, in short, OCC makes sure your bank is healthy, honest, and secure. These organizations require companies to have business continuity and disaster recovery plans. That means having a backup, safe location, and ways to recover if something goes wrong. Now, let's look at some real events. Consider 9/11 attacks. Back in 2001, when the World Trade Center was attacked, many financial companies were right there in the towers. Everything stopped for a while. But the amazing thing is, some of them were able to resume and work within hours. Why? Because they had prepared in advance. They had backup data centers in places like New Jersey and Long Island. After that, they learned some hard lessons. Backup sites need to be far apart. You cannot always count on your staff to be available. And disaster plans have to be tested regularly, not just written on the paper. In 2012, Hurricane Sandy hit New York hard. The New York Stock Exchange was closed for 2 days, and many people lost power and internet access. But many financial firms kept going. Why? Again, because they had planned ahead. They had backup data centers in other cities or even countries, remote work options, emergency communication tools. But they also realized you cannot depend on employees being online during a disaster. You have to consider the entire region being down, not just one building. Vendors and supply chains are part of the plan too. And how about the cyber threats? Let's talk about cyber threats, which honestly are the biggest danger today. Things like hacking, phishing, insider fraud. Some companies still don't invest enough in cybersecurity. And guess what? Since 2008, identity theft and customer impersonation have jumped by 300%. So BCDR isn't just about the storms and power outage anymore. It's also about digital safety, keeping data private, safe, and always available. Now think what is helping companies stay safe, stay ready after a disaster. Technology plays a huge role. The first technology is virtualization. It lets you move systems quickly from one place to another. So virtualization is amazing technology for very quick recovery. The other technology is cloud computing that gives company access to remote backups and fast recovery options. Also, some firms are even using virtual desktops so employees can log in from anywhere during a disaster. There are also platforms like Electron by Thomson Reuters that help connect financial firms around the world with high-speed secure access to data. So what can we learn from all this? Let me wrap up this with a few key points. The first point is that financial institutions cannot afford to stop, not even for a day. The second tip is they need backup systems, trained teams, and cybersecurity defenses. Third, real events like 9/11 and Hurricane Sandy taught them to spread out their operations and plan smarter. And finally, in today's world, cybersecurity and cloud technology are key to survival. So whether you are working in finance, IT, or just curious about how big systems survive disaster, remember it's not just about avoiding problems, it's about being ready for them. Thanks for watching and stay prepared. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, or share with someone who needs to hear this.